Hey, how's it going, guys? I just thought I'd make a quick video on how to fix an engine light for what we got here. We got the P0128, if it can focus, but it's the coolant thermostat below thermostat regulating temperature. So basically what's happening is that my thermostat is failing, and then it's just not staying as warm as it should, so it's probably opening up around like 160-ish. I had it on live data earlier driving to work, and it opens up and it'll go down to like 150-ish, then back up to 160-ish. I think it's supposed to be at 170 to 180, I'm just guessing. So I got the new thermostat housing here. It's a motor rad. I got this at Advanced Auto. Yep, got this at Advanced Auto Parts. It was 25 bucks, pretty cheap. I don't know if it's OEM or not. It says OEM. What does it say on here? It says this right here. OE supplier. So it should work out pretty well. I'm just gonna try to walk you through on how I'm gonna do this, and hopefully it helps some of you guys out. I didn't really have a whole lot of luck finding out how to do it online. So let's, I'm gonna shut the car off. Actually, I'm gonna let it cool down for a couple hours, or I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. And when it's all cooled down, then I can drain the coolant, take out the thermostat, replace it, fill it back up. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so here's a little glimpse of the thermostat. It's right in there. There is pretty much what I just showed you in the new box. It's the big coolant pipe, so you got a bolt right there, and then there should be a third right there. You can barely see it. Some people take off, I think it's the power steering pump. I might take it off. I might just get some ratchets and extensions in there and just try to wiggle it out. Maybe take the headlight out if it's in the way. And then underneath I will, which I think it's like right around here, radiator drain. I'll drain it out into a pan. But yeah, I'll see what I end up taking apart first. Alright, so I let the car cool down for a few hours. If not, you should let it cool off overnight. And then I took the radiator cap off, or excuse me, the coolant cap off, reservoir cap will show up on the top. And then I took this flathead screwdriver here with a 10-quart bucket. Now it's draining. Basically, just see that screw right there? Where is it? Right there. Yeah, you basically just take that screw out, or you just loosen it with a flathead, and then it should come right out, no problem. As you see, it's probably been draining for, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes. I'm just gonna let it keep draining. And once it's done, I'll clean up this little spill here and put that cap back on, tighten it up, and then we'll be good to keep working on it. Okay, so I got that all drained out. It's still dripping. There's the cap I took off before. So I've so far disconnected this connector right here, and then there's another connector right here that is actually held in by these two little holes right here, right there, with a Christmas tree clip and a little guide pin. So I pull that back. Next I'm gonna take off that hose, and then I'll take off that bigger one down there. Hopefully this pump isn't in my way. It kind of is, but I'm gonna do my best to see if I can do it without removing this power steering pump, which I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts under there. All right, so I'm gonna use these needle nose and some of these, try to get these clips off. You just squeeze them. So quick update on my process. I found that it was pretty difficult to get those hose clamps off in there. So what I ended up doing is taking out the 1, 2, and 3 bolts. There they are right there. Third one's kind of hard to see, but basically it's right below that one there. I also use a magnet to get the bolts out when they're loose, so I wouldn't drop them in there. And now my plan is to just pull this. Here's the thermostat housing with the thermostat in there. There's the old thermostat. You can clearly see that there. There's the hole in there. So now I can easily get these hoses off in here. And then my plan is to then pop that off, pull that housing out of here, put the new one in there, put the hoses back on like this, and then I should be good to tighten the bolts and reinstall this part. And then I can move on to the radiator, cleaning that up down there, and then filling it up and running it. Let's see how this goes. All right, so some after wiggling, I got this pipe off here. This is obviously loose still here. Like, here's the whole thermostat housing like that. I pretty much pulled it a little up here. Sorry about that, I got cut off. So yeah, basically I just had this thermostat housing kind of up in the air, kind of up here, and I was pushing down with a screwdriver and on the hose a little bit. It's definitely a little tight. It's not the easiest thing. It'd definitely be helpful to take this off, but I'm trying not to. So I'm about to pop this off, and then I'm gonna pull the housing out, and then we'll get the new housing in here, pop the hoses on, and hopefully bolt it right up. There it is. I popped it out, and there is where the thermostat housing goes in, and I got my coolant hose right there. Here's the other coolant hose right here. So basically, once you get those hoses off, this thing comes out very simply. There's plenty of space for this to come in and out. It's just the hose part, putting them on and off, it kind of sucks. And the bolts aren't fun to put in or take out, and it's probably not gonna be fun to put back in. But we're this far, so I'm going to start hooking up the hoses on the new thermostat, and then slide it in. All right, so we're looking like we're in good shape. I put the hoses on. I know it looks a little busy in there. Hose on and the clamps on. I don't know, my camera's glitching like that. And then use the pliers to then squeeze the clamps, slide them over back to where they were. And then, so then the 3 bolts were kind of a pain to put back in. So you slide the housing on, and then I used needle nose pliers to then put the bolt into the actual hole. And then took that with my fingers and just finger tightened it. And then it took a little while to grab. You got to jiggle the housing around, but eventually all 3 will bite. And then just torque it in there by hand, you know, kind of have feeling how it came out. And then I put back on that clip on the right, or the connector on the right, connector on the left. Double checked everything. So now we're good. I just need to put that plug back in, and then we are good to go. I need to just fill it up after that, and then we'll see how it runs and heats up. All right, so I was just pouring some coolant in there, and then you'll see it. It's actually going down already, but it'll be bubbling and filling up the system as you go. So just keep filling that up until you get pretty much in between the cold fill range. This is the coolant I'm using. It's Eric's GO5, pre-diluted. I would have bought the concentrate, but I just didn't need that much. So I think it's already gone. So I'm gonna keep pouring it in there until it's pretty much hanging out in the middle and it stops bubbling, then I'll give her a start. All right, so she started. I hope you can hear me. It's running good. And it's been bubbling, getting a lot of bubbles out, so I'm gonna keep watching it, get it up to temp. And if I don't post anymore, then it's a job well done. I don't see any leaks down here. I don't see any drips down here. That's all from before. I gotta clean up. I was watching it. No drips. So we're looking good. Oh yeah, like I said, if I make another clip, then that means I had an issue. But so far, she's doing good. Hopefully that helps you change your thermostat on your 2005 Ford Focus. Thanks for watching.